So I mentioned the other day that Iran struck territory in Iraq, Syria, and Pakistan, which they said was a response to both ISIS and Israel. Well, as is not surprising, Pakistan retaliatory strikes in Iran kill at least 9 people, raising tensions along border. This was published yesterday, the 18th. Today's the 19th, by the way. Pakistan launched airstrikes against alleged militant hideouts inside Iran on Thursday, killing at least 9 people as it retaliates for a similar strike days earlier by Iran and raising tensions with its neighbor as conflict across the region escalates. The unprecedented attacks by both Pakistan and Iran on either side of their border appeared to target Baluch militant groups with similar separatist goals. The countries accuse each other of providing a haven to the groups in their respective territories. The flare-up between Iran and Pakistan becomes as the Middle East remains unsettled by Israel's war with Gaza and the Hamas Strip, and on the heels of Iranian strikes late Monday in Iraq and Syria. Those airstrikes were in response to a suicide bombing in Iran by Islamic State militants in early January that killed over 90 people. Iran and nuclear-armed Pakistan have long regarded each other with suspicion over militant attacks, but analysts say this week's tit-for-tat strikes were at least partially prompted by internal political pressure. Iran is dealing with unrest against its theocracy and has faced pressure for actions ever since the Islamic State suicide bombing. It is also seeking a flex military power at a time when the militant groups it supports in the region, Hamas in Gaza, Hezbollah in Lebanon, and Houthi rebels in Yemen, are engaged in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Pakistan, meanwhile, could not leave Tuesday's airstrike by Iran unchallenged, and it faced a crucial February general election in which its military is a powerful political force. Now, there's a little bit of good news, thankfully. And that is Pakistan and Iran agree to de-escalate after airstrikes. This is from the Hindustan Times, but other news sources are reporting the same thing. Pakistan-Iran relations, the cabinet headed by Pakistan's caretaker prime minister endorsed a move to reestablish full diplomatic relations with Iran. Pakistan and Iran agreed to de-escalate tensions, Islamabad said, after trading deadly airstrikes on militant targets in each other's territory. Two foreign ministers agreed that working levels, cooperation, and close coordination on counterterrorism and other aspects of mutual concern should be strengthened. A summary of phone calls between Islamabad and the Tehran top diplomats issued by Pakistan's foreign officer noted Pakistan's cabinet decided to end a standoff with Iran that saw the countries exchange missiles and drone strikes at what they each said were militant targets, news agency Reuters reported, citing broadcaster GOTV. The cabinet headed by Pakistan's caretaker prime minister endorsed a move to reestablish diplomatic relations with Iran, GOTV reported. This comes as Pakistan's foreign minister, Jalil Abbas Jilani, said that Islamabad does not wish to escalate the standoff with Iran ahead of the cabinet meeting where Pakistan's caretaker PM Avana ul Haq met with military services chiefs as he aimed at a broad national security review in the aftermath of the Iran-Palestinian incident. Iran said the strike killed 9 people in a border village on its territory, including 4 children, while Pakistan said the Iranian attack in its territory killed 2 children. Not a great deal to comment about here. All I can say really is, hopefully these 2 incidents won't go any farther, because, as I've already said, we surely don't need more tensions in the Middle East right now. Tensions are already way too high. So yeah, if it's true, then good on Iran and Pakistan for trying to not make tensions even worse.